Today, I'll be going over how to remove and reinstall our 4 different types of top plates, whether you're changing springs, changing other parts of your coilover and you need to remove that top plate. So the first one we'll go over is our N1 coilover, which has our camber plate up top. So first step, you're gonna wanna grab a pass-through socket with a 19mm and then a 5mm Allen wrench, and then remove this top nut. There's gonna be a little washer in here. You can just leave that in when we take this off. So this whole assembly right here, including the spring isolator, you can lift this whole entire assembly up and it all comes off together. And then if you need to change springs or whatever you're doing, you can just go ahead and do that. So take the spring off, replace it with your new spring. If there was preload on the coilover before you took this off, you're gonna wanna drop the spring just a little bit. So you're gonna wanna drop that. Make sure it bottoms out before it hits the spring, like that. Then you're going to rotate the spring up just so it's touching that isolator. Then take your nut and then tighten it back up. You're gonna feel a definite stopping point in this, so just make sure you snug it up and it should be ready to go. So the next top plate we'll be talking about is our basic top plate. This one does not have any camber adjustment or pillow ball, so it's pretty straightforward. So just like the last time, you're gonna put your 19mm on here, right down in there. Take that nut off. And then just like the other one, you're gonna wanna take this whole assembly off, including this isolator. So just like the last one, you don't want any preload on this. So drop that spring down just a little bit. So this bottom part right here, you want this to sit flush on that lip, just like the last one. Till it bottoms out, you can hear it click. And then you can go ahead, put the top part on here, keeping that washer in. And go ahead and tighten it down until you feel that stopping point, and then just snug it up. Once that top is tight, we can raise the spring right back up. Just to where it's touching, but not adding any preload. And from here, you can add your 5mm of preload. So the next one here is another variation of our basic top plate, but it's a little bit different. So first step, take this top nut off. And then this whole assembly comes off just like all the other top plates. You're gonna do your spring swap. Then drop it down a little bit. You want this inner ring right here to sit flush on the shock body. You wanna hear that click before it touches the spring. And then take your washers, drop them on top. Then take your top nut and tighten it down. Move the spring up just so it's touching that top isolator pad. Then you can add your preload. So the last one we'll talk about today is our final variation of the basic top plate. This one's actually the most easy and simple one to do. You're gonna take the top nut off just like all the others. So you're just gonna remove this. This top plate is specific to a smaller diameter shaft here. So you're gonna have this washer that kind of acts like that lip like we had on the other one. So you're gonna take your new spring, put it on there, then drop this on. And obviously it should hit that washer before it hits the spring. Take your washer and top nut, and then tighten this down. Get to that stopping point and just snug it up real tight. And then you can take your spring just so it touches, and then you can add your preload after.